I'm going to be showing you a comparative analysis of these two certified true copies of results from INEC. Yeah, fellow countrymen and women and fellow Kogites, my name is Senator Dino Melaye. I'm here to address you once again in the course of our state history. I repeat that what happened in Kogi State is mere allocation of votes and not election. And I'm here this afternoon to further prove that there was no election in Kogi State, that the APC rigged the election in Kogi State, and all candidates were allotted or allocated votes. To start with, I got the certified true copy of the 2023 elections in February this year. This is the result of the Presidential and National Assembly elections, and certified true copy from INEC. And I also have the certified true copy of the elections on November 11th, where I participated as a candidate of the People's Democratic Party. So this is the certified true copy of the elections on the 11th of November, certified true copy from INEC. Yeah, you can see that. I'm going to be showing you a comparative analysis of these two certified true copies of results from INEC. Before I go into that, everyone will recall that voters registration ended in November 2022. Voters registration ended November 2022. So as at February 2023, when the presidential elections took place, the number of registered voters in Adavi local government stood at 114,046, according to this certified true copy. According to the certified true copy, this certified true copy of INEC, it said that in February, voters registration in Adavi local government is at 114,446. But in the governorship election, 2023, November 11th, voters registration rose to 114,663. So there was the voters registration was inflated. And remember that I said voters registration ended officially announced by INEC in November 2022. And the presidential election took place in February 2023. And by this certified true copy of document given to me by INEC, Adavi local government have 114,046. But by the same document, in the just concluded November election, registration of voters rose without a registration to 114,665. If you go again to Ajakuta local government, as at February this year, it was 84,674. By the document I just got from INEC now, it rose to 96,504. In Okene local government, it was 140,000 in February, 452. And in the recent election, it rose to 151,243. An inflation of 110,987. And remember that voters registration ended in November last year, and in February this year during the governorship presidential election, the voters registration by this certified true copy of INEC document that I have in Okene local government is 141,452. But it was inflated in the February election, even when there was no voters registration, to 151,243. I mean, that's an inflation of over 110,987 in Okene local government alone. It was also inflated in Ogori Magongo local government. It was inflated in Igalamela Odolu local government. It was inflated in Ida local government. It was inflated in Omala local government. It was inflated in Kababunu local government. It was inflated in Lokoja local government. It was inflated in Yagba West local government. And so, I mean, you can see I have actually done a table of the disparity between what the voters registration was in February and what it is in this November 11 election. So the comparative analysis shows that there's inflation of voters register in about 17 local governments, showing how they rigged the elections because voters registration stopped in November 2022. So why is there disparity between the February election and the November election when no voters registration took place? We are all participants. Anytime there's voters registration, we normally get involved as a party, as an individual, because we mobilize our communities to come out and participate in continuous voters registration. But since February last year, since November last year, there's been no voters registration. So no one took place. So then why the inflation of the figures? Because they noticed that the figures that have been produced by APC and Yaya Bello is far above voters registration. So it has to be inflated on the surface of the result of the November election, while that of February carried a different voters registration number, local government per local government. So this is a fraud. This is not acceptable and should be completely discarded. But unfortunately, as Dino Melaye, I have lost complete faith in the judiciary. The judiciary to me is just like a parastatal of the APC. From judgments that have been given, from the judgment given in the presidential election, we all know that the judiciary is no longer the last hope of the masses. It is now the last hope of not even the highest bidder. It is now a parastatal or agency or department of the APC. So I'm not going to waste our emotions. I'm not going to waste our time. I'm not going to waste our resources by going to court, because we will not get justice in the courts. The courts have become an appendage of the APC. But one thing I want to assure is that there's a God factor in the affairs of men. There's a higher court where the Lord Almighty reigns supreme, and his judgment cannot be contended. His judgment cannot be argued. His judgment cannot be fought, cannot be debated. And that judgment will come very soon. In the light of the foregoing, I have no confidence in the Nigerian judiciary. I have no confidence in the Nigerian court. I will not go to court because it is not necessary. It will be time wasting. It will be money wasting. It will further jeopardize and destroy the hopes of Nigerians in a system that never works. But we hope we will continue the battle to salvage our country from these economic cankerworms and financial scavengers from the APC. It's a battle of no retreat, no surrender. We'll continue to fight. We'll continue to speak. We'll continue to talk to our people to make sure that by the grace of God, we will come out of these woods. We will come out of these destructive tendencies of the APC. We will not give up. We will continue to fight. A luta continua, Victoria Asata.